the exciting part of this evening is that the slammers perform twice, potentially, because it's sort of like a knockout thing. And we thought we could get them to do one poem and then fight physically, or we could just get them to do 2 poems, and that seems a little bit, you know, more reasonable in these tumultuous times. So yeah, hope you're all doing well. How is everyone?
Average.
Average, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling you. Yeah, no, I'm pretty knackered today, but yeah, that's great. So, without further ado, I want to introduce our first special guest. Who's going to get you all like pumped and like, oh yeah,
get the energy up.
Everything's not totally shit. So, we've got Northern Ireland's top slammer. Yeah, again, I say this a lot, like you need to channel like Saved by the Bell back in track, you know, Neighbours, Home and Away, that sort of like, oh, something dramatic has happened, what noise do I need to make? What non-verbal noise do I need to make? So let's have that. So, the #1 Northern Irish Slam champion! Yeah! Alright, she's been part of a few bands, she tells me, and then, you know, those bands went away, like bands do, in their dramatic sort of way, and then she was like, well, pretty good with words, so I'm going to do some more words. So rather than stand up here and waste loads of time when you could be listening to the #1 slammer, I'm going to introduce to the stage Elizabeth McGeown!
Well, I feel I should explain the band situation, so I'm going to explain the band situation. We are the incredible shrinking women, faces hidden behind hair, bashfully gazing at our feet in the cracks between the fat cheeks of the men who do not say as much, do as much, who do nothing but drink together, stay together, play together, say together, all their words on bills, on posters, on lineups of the best, the greatest, the let's give him the gig because Johnny's my mate est. I used to be in the music industry, in a way, in a manner of speaking, peeking my head above the parapet, not quite yet being able to touch success, although I could probably touch if I asked nicely. Blowjobs for the boys are always popular. I would have been allowed to be in their crowd. So proud. I never experienced overt sexism. No, get your tits out shout. They were blind to me, the cloak of invisibility, their eyes slid off me, the human banana skin in a singer's clothing. I was in a band with a boy, let's call him Simon. Simon said, don't write certain things on the internet. Simon said I should be stoic. Simon said you can help with songwriting, and yet, my head above the parapet, glass ceiling reeling from the impact, skull crack, neck back, whiplash, crash back down to the floor. You won't peek over anymore, will you? And so you don't. You forget though, and it's been years since I sang, since empty barrooms rang with my voice, since the testing 1, 2, 1, 2, and who do you think you are anyway to grandstand in this man's land? Singers 10 a penny and they snigger, pass a cigarette around and titter. He's the phantom in this opera. You're the angel of music. Take direction, pass inspection, present my careful lyrics for inspection. Edited and edited, but very rarely credited as mine. She sings great, looks great, mate, but can't create, but can't ever create. Simon said he must see if my lyrics are good enough first. I asked who okayed his. I, who have been creating for most of my life, literally could not work out what was happening. That girls can do the sing thing, but cannot have awakenings, or labourings, or figurings, or renderings. They must just do the listening, and they should count their blessings in spite of their misgivings. They're trying to make a living in the wrong place. The band split up, as bands are wont to do. Messages rolled in. Simon, so sorry to hear this. Can't wait to see what you do next, dude. The flood of Simon messages near to drown me. I, the admin of our social media account, thanked them from both of us. From both of us. Things were quiet for a while. Shoved myself into boxes, scripts written by others, substandard, high-handed scripts written by others. I searched for my niche, but poetry. Poetry must have women. Poetry is all about women. Alas, too many nights are an open mic night where I am the only woman and every man is called Simon. Simon says he's not emotionally repressed because he writes poetry. He's not abusive, it's just casual misogyny. We take the shit, we count the blows, compose it into faithful prose. We are the women, the little women, the little brittle women. We expend the extra energy so you can hear our melody, a quiet little melody in Eric Satie's gymnopedia, while the crashing of an unrehearsed garage band continues up the street, down the road. Simon's written a full-length show in the 3 months since he began poetry. It started in the back of a postage stamp. It's about every breakup he's ever had. He's the new Nick Hornby, John Cooper Clarke, the voice of the people, some of the people, half of the people. Simon's being debuted at a major festival because he knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. One of the lads, all the lads. I'm so glad for him. I sing him this hymn. We take the shit, we count the blows, compose it into faithful prose, and so it goes, and so it goes. A rose by any other name is still a rose. Poet is gender free, poet is poetry, poet. Simon said poetess, no, but not because that's less. We have never been less. We are not poetess. We finish your endurance test and give you more. It's time for us to take the floor. Make way.
Yeah!